We had a very well-crafted piece of legislation, and it was introduced by Republicans, and on the appropriation side, worked very, very hard on it. Worked with Congressman Cole, and met people's needs. And there isn't any reason why we shouldn't go forward.
But what about just a short-term continuing resolution without the debt limit and suspension?
Well, I mean, the debt limit was brought up here at the last moment, and it's very interesting that it was brought up because usually Republicans are opposed to raising the debt limit, but this was done in order to be able to deal with tax cuts. And so if you want to remove the debt limit altogether or postpone that until that debate until next year, I think we need to go back to the basics. The continuing resolution, along with the supplemental that everyone had input into, that meets the needs of the American people, and we should move forward with that. So
a clean continuing resolution you'd be okay with?
Well, I don't know that anybody defines clean. That really is. The legislation that we had, and obviously we will take a look and see it, we go through it again and so forth, but the legislation that we had met the need and it met the moment, but was interrupted by President Musk.
Would Trump's inauguration have to be scaled down if there is a shutdown?
Well, if there's a shutdown, I mean, the deal is the government go forward here and so forth. So that I think it would have an impact on the inauguration.
If the Speaker broke these up into four separate bills, Congresswoman, that could pass?
No.
All right, so Phil, that was Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro, who's the top Democrat on the Appropriations Committee in charge of spending, so obviously integral to all of this. I just asked her something that's been kind of floated around as a rumor here on Capitol Hill, that could all this be broken up into separate pieces of legislation put on the floor that way? Again, we don't know what Mike Johnson's plan is right now, and we don't know what he's going to put on the floor, although he's promised to put something on the floor for a vote to avert a government shutdown this morning. You just heard the top Democrat on the Appropriations Committee give her view as to what could pass, but it doesn't seem that those views would fully align with what Johnson's going to put on the floor, and that could be a point of tension because Johnson is going to need, as we saw last night, 80 or so Democratic votes to pass anything.
All this while people's paychecks hang in the balance with this midnight deadline. ABC's Jay O'Brien. Jay, thank you.